So a bunch of months ago, Holy Stone reached out to me and asked me if I wanted to review one of their drones. Looking at the lineup and selection, I thought, look, anybody in my audience is going to want something that is kind of production class. So I asked them for the HS900 is the drone. It's a sub 250 grand drone, camera drone, of course. And they went ahead and sent that to me. It was really my first foray into the camera drone space. I've flown quadcopters quite a bit, but not camera drones. Honestly, this is the first one I've ever flown, and I wanted to put it through its paces. So this past winter, I did just that, put it in very cold conditions and things that I wanted to personally get with a camera drone. There has been times where, I've flown normal drones to get some footage, but it's a little bit too fast. I wanted a little bit more cinematic, a little bit more stabilized. So it really has been nice for that feature. With that, I've been able to get a good sense of what this thing can do, the goods and the bads. And in this review, we're going to talk about both of those things and just my general observations of the Holy Stone drone. And then you can make a decision on whether you think it's the best camera drone for you. So there are a lot of videos out there on the HS900. It's been a drone that's been out there for over a year now. And those videos cover all the features and give you footage and show you how it works and show you how the app works and things of that nature. I'm not going to do unboxings. I'm not going to go through all that again. There are some nuances though with this drone that I don't see covered anywhere, and I want to cover them to add value to content and a good review on this. Some of the things might seem, so this is kind of nitpicking on again, those nuances, which aren't necessarily great things. Some are mid, some are, hey, these are some little things. Like I said, most of the videos out there are very complimentary on that drone, and all those things are true. Those features work. The footage is good. The stability is good. The GPS is good. The return to home is good. There's a lot of good things on this drone. We're just going to, again, focus on some of the nuanced things that you should be aware of with this before making that purchase decision. Okay, so one of the first things I want to show you here, something that took me a little bit to figure out, is just the connection between the two. Now you can see on here I have the drone powered up, and then I also have the transmitter powered up, and we have a green light here, so indicating they are connected. Now I'm going to go ahead and kind of pause this here and see if I can get this done here. You can see here now it is disconnected from the drone. You have a red light there that's shown up. And it just takes a little bit of time. So we'll do a little counter here and maybe a little fast forward, but it just takes a little time before those two reconnect. That threw me off in the beginning, and I was trying to do all kinds of other things. I would try to start the app, even if you just start the app, it doesn't, hit the go fly button doesn't go green on here. What I would recommend is trying to keep it from locking the screen out there, so I do that. And again, we'll just throw a timer on here and show you how long it takes for this actually to get all reconnected back up. So there you go. So you just have to wait it out, and then it's actually going to go ahead and launch the app automatically. And then you can see it's got my green button there now again to connect. And now I'm in good shape. And I'm going to go ahead and just hit go fly. Now another really cool feature on this that others may have that I didn't know this had initially until I saw another review, it's just this go follow. So you go ahead and click the little apps over here, and then you hit this snapshot, and then you can draw a picture around yourself or some subject. And then from there, you can do the follow or parallel, but you can just fly it around too. Like I can just go to the left or to the right, and it will automatically yaw. Like I don't even have to do a orbit. It will just do the orbit, you can see. And if I bring that over towards me and I'm flying it here, you can see it automatically will keep me in shot. So it's moving the camera down to keep me in shot. So this is really neat. I really like this. So I can just move around here, and hopefully you saw on that. And the drone's not moving. It's staying stationary in the sky up there, and I can kind of show you that up there. And I'm moving around. So I really like that. So it's a follow or parallel. And again, you can see me down here. And you can see it up there. Just follow me all around. Now it's not going to follow me. It's not going to go anywhere to follow me. But it will just keep track of me as I'm going and moving around. Very cool. I like that a lot. If you've flown with these a little bit, getting like super smooth gimbal and super smooth yaw and things like that is a little tricky to make it really nice, buttery smooth. You have to be really good on the sticks for that. One thing I would definitely recommend is under stable and going under controls and then gimbal and tuning. For stable, I would probably turn these way down, because that will give you so that when you go ahead and use the camera to move up and down, or the yaw, it will go really slow and smooth for you. So I would definitely check that out. And see, I actually took it off target from me. Target back onto me. And then of course I can do the follow or whatnot. I guess I need to increase in altitude a little bit. And then it will follow me around, which is pretty straightforward with these nowadays. Although in that footage right there, you could see I was able to fly the drone a little bit and it had me as the subject, and it was able to follow me either when I moved around, or I did fly the drone just a very little bit and it would automatically adjust the camera tilt on it nice and smooth. So I wanted to test that out on a bigger object, thinking about like, hey, targeting it to a house or something of that nature, and then starting to fly around it, and it would just keep that camera locked on that object that you're flying around. And this is the results I got. So it wasn't so great, and I don't know if that has to do with it's unusable footage, and it's the same SD card as I've been using, and I've not had any issues. So I don't know if that's an issue of just the processing, like it seems to me like it's doing a lot of processing, because it's, you know, flying the drone, doing the tracking, moving the gimbal, recording footage, all those things all at the same time. And it seemed like it had a little bit of an issue here with the flight. So I did try that on both the community garden there, and then you can also see here with the community center. And so I don't know, more to be said on that, but it seems like that follow feature might not be 100% reliable all the time. So take that what it's worth. I think it's a really powerful feature. If the subject is probably moving around, it's probably less for the drone to do. But yeah, I don't know what to make of that. I'll have to do some more testing on that to see if I consistently get it. But this was a surprise. I shouldn't have received this in the first place. I mean, I'm using a high-end SD card. Again, I've never had that issue with anything so far for it. So not sure really why I'm getting it here. So this is another thing I've noticed with this, and it's only happened probably less than a handful of times, that sometimes I've taken off and it just wants to like go sideways or something. And it's really weird, and I have to fight it on the sticks really hard, full stick extent, to try to fight it as much as I can. And you can see in this footage here coming up that I was, you know, I probably could have kept fighting it further, but it just kept wanting to yank. In other scenarios that has stopped, like, and I was able to then, it would center and hold. If you think like, oh, you didn't have enough no, I had like plenty of GPS satellites, over 9 GPS satellites locked before even taking off. I did think maybe that in that specific footage I used here, that it was because it was on my car and it might have messed up the magnetometer or something like that. But I've had other situations where it's happened, and I've been just on concrete or things of that nature. So I don't know where that comes from, but it does make you hesitant for, you know, trusting the takeoffs. It doesn't happen. Like I said, I've flown this 20, 30 times. It's only happened like maybe a handful of times, but it is something you have to be cautious about. And I don't know really where it's coming from. I haven't recalibrated anything, so many times it doesn't happen. Sometimes it just has. And all those times I've been taking off with just having my you know, using the stick commands, you pull them to the center. So more recently, I've been using the auto takeoff, and I haven't seen it with that yet since, but time will tell if it comes up anymore. So be aware of that just in taking off. Have some space, have some caution about it, and don't just take it for granted. I wouldn't want to take off like from a boat or from like a dock or something like that. So the last thing I wanted to do here is just something I never see people do, is just fly it around and really give it the beans. And what's that look like? So you can see here, I'm going to try to get that and kind of just turn around and do some prop wash turns and see what you get. It's going to keep things stable-ish. What I find is on the yaw axis, that's where it gets the most jiggle. But if you go forward and just kind of do a prop wash turn, like what do you get? And you can kind of see it boogies. Full 360 there. Get that. We're gonna do a kind of come in, do a 180, do a 180, sharp 180. Come forward, sharp 180, I'm gonna keep going. Sharp 180 and keep moving. Obviously it holds altitude, which is nice. Can you kind of see what you can get for stabilized flight? It's really the yaw I see is the biggest thing that sometimes is a little jerky back and forth. So that gives you an idea of how well the stability works. It's kind of the yaw is the biggest thing. But people giving this the beans, you don't see that too much. A full punch out, full sport, or full drop. This is full drop, full sport. But yeah, it's a little different. Just again, something you typically don't see to people, and then you can get an idea of the stability on that sucker. But yeah, the yaw is definitely, it's trying to keep that yaw stable, which is tricky sometimes. You can see it kind of bounces back forth on the yaw a little bit more than anything. So that's my review of the HS900. In general, like I said, I think it's a decent drone. I do struggle with the price point and comparing it to the Sky Rover and some other options out there. That's where I struggle with it a little bit. I think it works decently well. I think there's some of these nuances that, you know, I've not flown these other drones as well to see if they have some nuances that you don't really see in reviews either. So there could be other things in those drones that make them not as attractive as well. So it is for it is. That's you can see what I'm seeing with it. Again, like I mentioned before, in general, for flight footage and just general operation of the drone, it does work well. The footage does look good, except for that exception there when it seems to be tracking something for you as you're moving around. But yeah, all in all, that's where we'll let it go. If you have any questions, comments, don't hesitate to put them down below. Thanks, everybody. I'll see you in the next one.